Good morning. It is another rainy day, which is good. It's the perfect kind of rain, where it falls really lightly. And for the most part, the ground is still sucking it up, which is great. It was just way too dry. I haven't had to water the garden, and I haven't had to do a whole lot in the greenhouse. But, the weeds are coming. This is the calm before the storm. Tilly and I are out for our walk. She just made it over the cattle guard, no problem. And I'm not sure where the other two are. They'll probably find us. But Tucker was busy eating, as per usual. And Charlie was, I don't know, doing Charlie things. So, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday when I was out in the garden briefly, just looking to see if anything's decided to come up, I was pleasantly surprised. The onions, the Swiss chard, and the peas are up. And I'm sure if this rain keeps up, probably by the end of the week, we'll see the beginnings of what will be a huge garden. Good morning. Oh, she's soaked. As is he. I'm going to show me what they're best at, which is eating. Whoa. I just picked all of those breeding stalks off of the rhubarb the other day, and I missed a lot. So I better pick them off so that the plant can put more energy into making delicious eating stalks and less into trying to procreate. I'll bring these inside and figure out what to do with them this morning. Turn them into something good. I still don't think that this broccoli here is quite ready for transplant. So it's living in the greenhouse, but today, seeing as it's such a gentle rain, I thought I'd put them outside for a little time to harden off. I'm pretty sure that one's a red cabbage. But that one's definitely a broccoli. So yeah, we'll just let them do their thing. When I was come back from my walk, I came around the side of the house where nobody usually goes and found, there we are, a dime. Which is cool because I was talking to the higher ups on my walk and asking for guidance, and I always said to the angels, to my guides, that a dime is a sign of affirmation. Some people see feathers, or back in the old days it was pennies, but there's been inflation since then. Anyway, to find this dime in a place where it really wasn't supposed to be is absolutely an answer in the affirmative. And yeah, it's great to get a response. It's time to continue with Mount Cheesemore. All right, so take the follower off. Actually, that can go in here. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of extra curd that got squeezed out. I'll eat that. And then out it comes. So, would you like to see what we got? We I just need to pick the edges off here a little bit. Okay, so the next thing that we do with the cheese is wait. It's still quite wet. It doesn't look quite very nice up here just because it kind of squished through on the follower, but that's fine. But you can see there's this lovely, that's the fabric lines cheese. So what I'm gonna do is place it on a cookie, like a, what do you call it? Cooling rack that has space for lots of air to get through. It's delicious. So I have it set up here. This is a good room because there's a lot of airflow. And yeah, I just keep it covered and then twice a day, give her a flip for 5 days. Once that finishes, I usually, I just vacuum seal it, label it, stick it in the fridge for a minimum of 6 months, and then we eat it. Yep, I'm in the car again. It is going to be so weird next year for June vlogs when the youngest is driving herself and I don't need to be the unpaid Uber. It'll be weird. Where will I talk to you from? Anyway, I am here at her friend's place. They have actually a really beautiful farm out here in the Bergen area, which is sort of south of Sundre, and they came from Holland. And when I asked why they moved here, they said that it was just really restrictive living and farming out that way. She said that there were so many people in such a small part of the world, and if you wanted to do something like spread manure on your land, which is good for the land and it's a good way to reuse what is created when you have dairy cows. But if you wanted to spread manure, she said you had to file an application, and then there were like 2 days in the year that you were able to spread manure because the smell was so offensive to the neighbors because there's just so many people living in such a small area. So here, I guess we're just a little bit more wild and unpopulated, and you can kind of do a little more of what you want, sort of. Depends on your neighbors. But it's not, yeah, it depends on your neighbors. I have a friend who, her and her husband were wanting to build a gravel pit. And the gravel pit land is just on the other side of the road into it's called a area structure plan. So, the county kind of controls a huge area that local residents can band together and create what's called an area structure plan, which basically outlines what the majority of residents want the land to be used for. And so they were absolutely vehemently opposed to gravel pits. And so my friend and her husband just got shut right down. Even though the county, which everyone's in, wants development, the smaller neighborhood group didn't. And so they won. And I'm really on neither side on this debate, because if it was in my backyard, I'd sure fight it. But at the same time, it sucks for my friend. So I'm just going to stay out of that one for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Depends on your neighbors, right? I guess it's like that anywhere. So anyway, I'm sitting at at Leela's friend's farm, just hanging out. And she's going to be in there for 15 minutes or so. So I thought maybe I would get a jump on my book club reading for this week. So we are reading When Things Fall Apart by Pema Children. I've mentioned it before, and you guys have also said that you have read her works and love her. So we're doing chapter 6. So if you want to read along and do your own kind of impromptu book club, then download the book or take it out of your library if you've already got it and read up to the end of page 6. Chapter 6, and I'm sure I'll have some maybe intelligent things to say about it after book club meeting on Monday. So I'm going to get reading and enjoy sitting and relaxing. Talk to you later. Oh, hi, guys. I got an idea in my head last night and I put it down on paper. So now it's time to pick up the needles.
It's still